Hello, you sweaty sharks, and welcome back to the F1 23 Last to First Championship. Today, we are at the Pistol Grand Prix. Rather fittingly, of course, we're in America as Logan Sargent, the American dream. Sorry, that was weird. I don't know what happened there. Young Logan, of course, hasn't had the rub of the green this season. That's probably not the right thing to say, but anyways, let's see how we can help him today in qualifying. It's qualifying day in the US of A, and Logan Sargent will greet his adoring home fans as he gets out onto the circuit of the Americas for the first time as he crosses the white line. That's way too late. Oh, no! Oh, Logan Sargent, what have you done? Oh, in front of his home fans, he's made a right knob of himself. He lets go of the speed split limiter. I don't know why I said that, but he brakes way too late and flat. And so Sargent saunters back into his garage. He's going to have to sit on the naughty step, and the youngling has some things to touch. Oh, no. Meanwhile, someone who doesn't have to touch anyone is Max Verstappen on pole. This hasn't come out right, has it? But still, a great job from him, and well done to Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris. Of course, Charles Leclerc fighting for that second place in the Drivers' Championship against Sergio Perez. So the more he can stay ahead of the Red Bull man, the better. Mercedes don't have work to do. The Ferraris both ahead of them in their Constructors' Hall, and we're last. We are last, and if that's Albon's pace in qualifying, we could well be in for a rough old time in the US of A. And I'm not even going to try and explain to you what happened, because you all saw it for yourself. Logan has skill issues. And that only results in one thing, unfortunately. We're lost. Well, enough of Saturday's sorrow. Let's hope joy comes tomorrow. Dirty woman. 5 red lights in the USA. Lights out and away we go, and the lights took an age to go out there, but it's a good start on the mediums against our teammates side by side, but the inside line is inviting, and we're going to launch it down the inside of so many cars, already up 6 positions into P14, providing we get the exit right, which we do. Next up the road, Oscar Piastri, and he's had not the greatest start in the world, wasn't the greatest qualifying in the world for the young Aussie. Of course, both McLarens are looking to really try and outscore Aston Martin as much as possible. But if Piastri is languishing down out of the points, then what are they meant to do as we nearly get with their word? What I meant to say is we can't be leaving open invitations like that for Ocon. Although we're the Sergeant, so we can do what we want. Anyway, the inside line inviting again at the hairpin. 2-in-1 down the inside. Great launch on Hülkenberg and Piastri. Next up the road, or actually right in our reticules, is Valtteri Bottas. And with a well-tuned sniper scope, we're going to absolutely send it on the Alfa Romeo driver. We're going to switch to the inside brake as late as we dare. Look at the confidence we have. Use the cutting of the curb, we have a right to. And now Stroll's vulnerable. Down the inside we go. And that is points already in this race. Oh, redemption is sweet and served as a dish. Very cold indeed. After the pain we felt at the Japanese Grand Prix, Qatar, and now in the USA, we're beginning to show our hand. Meanwhile, a replay of the start on board with Chuck Leclerc, and he's starting on the softs, and the effects are profound. Straight away, biting into the bitumen, the Ferrari driver gallops into turn 1 and is comfortably ahead of the triple world champion. Meanwhile, Sainz is alongside Lando Norris, trying to relieve him of a podium position in this race. Goodness me, incredible stuff here. Leclerc then leading, side-by-side action all the way down the field. Again, though, a hammer blow for the Mercedes team in their fight against Ferrari, which is so important. They're languishing in 6th and 8th in this race. Russell jumped by Alonso at the start. You would have seen it on the left-hand side just a few moments ago. Meanwhile, we're about to settle the score against Pierre Gasly. We've got him in our crosshairs. We come up through like a cruise missile thanks to the Williams car. And we're side by side into the corner, down the inside, and we're through on Pierre Gasly. We dispose of the Frenchman in the French team. The French connection has well and truly been severed as we head our way into P9 now. 2 points to our name. That's what Sargent has scored all year. And we could be looking to increase that margin even more. And and get ahead of Yuki Tsunoda. How has Tsunoda been so bad this season? That's a bit harsh, actually. Yuki's just had a rubbish car to contend with. Meanwhile, hello, aesthetic camera angles are out and about. We have DRS wide open, and you would think it's not possible to try and go for the move on George Russell, but that's where you'd be mistaken, launching it down the inside, and that's P8, pure commitment, gritting of the teeth, driven and determined from Logan Sargent. Unbelievable stuff. And with the pace we have currently as we cross the line for a 1 minute 36.0, we could be in with a chance of potentially winning this race. Don't laugh, stop laughing. My aspirations are high, okay? Yes, the optimism overlord is on board as we head on to lap number 4 of the US Grand Prix down the back straight and looking at trying to dispose of Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin, looking every avenue possible to try and navigate our way past the Aston Martin car, which in real life has had a shocker of things at the US Grand Prix. So that's not very realistic, Codemasters. But nothing doing currently. Alonso's got us pocketed for the moment. On to lap number 5, though, and we're looking ever more menacing as we're going to head through this first sector of the lap. And we seem to be really strong, actually, all the way through the track, which is a puzzle, really, because surely it isn't possible. Looking up on the track map, though, well, actually down in my case, you can see Leclerc and Verstappen, nothing almost to separate them as they go towards the DRS straight. Then there's a whole train of cars led by KarlsCars, like you saw at the start, if I could speak English. The Ferraris both starting on the soft tyres, and while they'll have that initial output advantage against the rest of us on the mediums, it will come back to bite them later on in the stint, and perhaps that's what we'll face when we go onto the softs later. My God, that was close to the diffuser of the Aston Martin. The wily old fox, his synapses are eroding. Meanwhile, ours are just bearing new fruit. With DRS wide open, we're closer than we were with Russell, so you know what that means. Massive launch again, down the inside, big slide on the exit, just for some style points, and we absolutely smash it. Next target, Lewis Hamilton. Before we look at that adventure, though, well, you knew this was coming, didn't you? Stop looking surprised. Max Verstappen is caught right up to the back of Charles Leclerc, and is going to be deploying the DRS flap very shortly. There it goes, using that extra punch of the air, the hole in the air rather, and he's going to absolutely send it on Leclerc. It's not even going to be close as they head into the apex. Verstappen already all the way past the Ferrari as they head into the left-hander, and I'm not excited because why would I be? On to lap number 6 though, and I am now very interested because look up ahead. Norris is actually fighting Sainz here. The Ferrari man, you've seen one of them vulnerable already to the Red Bull. The McLaren man ain't going to wait around at all. Not for a single second, as he's looking to put Sainz under tremendous pressure. Hamilton, I thought about going for a move to the inside of that left-hander, but nothing doing there for the moment. We have to wait until lap number 7 now, halfway through this Grand Prix, and we're right up the diffuser of the Mercedes man. And I can't believe I'm about to say this. Logan Sargent is going to threaten the 7-time world champion at this race. I mean, surely it's not possible, but we're close as ever been. So you know what? We might as well give it a damn good shot down the inside, and Hamilton leaves the room, and it's P6 now for the American dream. Logan Sargent says, "You want some bangers with your mash, sir?" And Hamilton says, "Sure thing," but unfortunately caught him napping. Norris and Sainz up ahead though, side by side, 2x2 stuff. It's not 2x2 because Perez doesn't have anyone fighting it, but Sainz again has an answer to the McLaren man. Unbelievable stuff. And actually, as we come on through these final couple of corners, a lot of cars are going to be peeling into the pits. Norris and Perez do so. Sainz, though, surprisingly, despite being on the softs, doesn't do so. I would have expected him especially to pit on lap number 6, get the mediums on, because the softs fell off like a sinking brick, which is not uncommon, because if you've seen how heavy those are. This seems to be our favourite place to overtake in this race. DRS wide open, punching a hole in the air, punching our way through Carlos Sainz. It's not even going to be close as we head into the left-hander, through into P5. Sainz will fight it. We leave the space on the outside just in case he overshoots the momentum, and now into the pits we go. There you go. Nothing else happened. We're into the pits for our one and only stop this race, unless we completely bollocks the job. Now the question you've all been waiting for. Will it be purple? Oh, yes. Thanks, Ronaldo, again for deafening me. That's the 19th time this season. And now with the softs on, we head out of the pits. Sainz still right behind us, but I'm feeling pretty confident about where we're going to peel out in this race. Let's see where we go. There's Leclerc. Where's Lando Norris? He's nowhere near us. What? Lando Norris has been undercut by us, and we're in a podium position in this race. Logan Sargeant, the Williams team, their last podium in this last to first universe at the British Grand Prix in one of the most chaotic displays. And now Leclerc looks threatened, and Logan Sargeant will send one down the inside. A bit of a slide through, but it's second place for the American dream. Sorry, I still don't know how that gets there, honestly. What a performance from the young American at his home turf. Did the undercuts, had the pace he needed to exact revenge on those that dared to oppose him. Logan Sargeant doesn't know what a kilometre is, but he can certainly wheel his way round the circuit of the Americas. And here I am showing you this lap because we overtook Leclerc at the beginning, and this is our best lap of the entire race. Through the left-hander, missing the apex a little bit actually, but we get the traction hooked up, actually use all of the curb on the outside and point the car in a straight line. That wasn't a word. I actually don't care. As we head down the straight, fastest lap, engineer doesn't tell me, you useless sack of shit. Into the left-hander then, braking at 100, clipping the curb nice and fine indeed, carrying the momentum through. Try and hit the apex as much as you can. I prefer to go for as narrow of a line as possible. Get the car straightened up, find the traction, nice and wide through this section, hit the apex, get the car straightened and plant the power once again. Full throttle through this section. Again, I keep a nice and tight line here because I've got quite high downforce on my setup. It's the shortest line possible. Through the second to last corner. Easy as you like. Brake at the black box on the right for the last corner. Use all of the curb on the outside. And that is a 1 minute 35.4. Only 4 tenths off Max Verstappen. And that was while overtaking Leclerc. Okay. Well, I'm feeling a bit zesty now. I'm feeling like we can catch up to young Max Verstappen and really cause him some problems. Logan Sargeant could be on for a win in his Formula 1 career. The chase is on. It wasn't on. It was never on. When we go so wide into the left-hander, that track limits violation, well, even a blind man could see it, to be honest. Anyways, the good news is we're remaining consistent. And not only that, we've pulled out a couple of seconds on young Chuck Leclerc. So that's great news for us. Yes, we can't get Verstappen. I'm accepting that. He's had all the answers all season in that Red Bull car, and today is no different. So let's look back at Lewis Hamilton. Sainz has actually created a bit of a train behind him, and Hamilton's not waiting around. Remember, in the constructors' battle between Ferrari and Mercedes, this is so important. Hamilton trying to find and use that momentum in the inside line, but Sainz still side by side with him, using a bit of battery, has the superior line, and remains ahead of Sir Lewis. I don't believe it. And all the time, while Hamilton is stuck behind, this is harming his race so much here. Penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, trying to find an avenue past. He goes to the outside, but Sainz has him covered. Anyways, back to Logan Land. Last lap of the Grand Prix. Gap 2 seconds to Leclerc, and yes, we didn't catch Verstappen. There was no way in hell that we were even going to try and catch up to the 3-time world champion. But even so, as we head through the final stadium section, I can feel very, very satisfied with this performance. And so can young Logan Sargeant, has only scored 2 points this season, both of them at the British Grand Prix in that crazy event at the US of A. Everyone wrote him off, and as he goes wide into the second to last corner, Williams will write history. Logan Sargeant will write history. It's P2 at the US Grand Prix. Logan Sargeant does do the best job in front of his home crowd. An unbelievable set of fans to spur him on, and it pays dividends. Driver of the day for the Williams man. Woo! What a race that was.
As they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly deserved win. So, Natalie, what made the difference out there today?
I really feel the track layout, combined with the track temperatures we saw today, suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything. It always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They've performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Wow, Verstappen's won again. Who expected that? Yeah, I've got enough of those, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he's steamrolled everyone this season, let's be honest. But, look at that. Young Logan Sargent, P2, on the rostrum. Fantastic effort from the Williams driver. Did everything he could to try and get towards that victory. Or should I say we did, so, well done me. But let's appropriately assess proceedings before we head off to our next venue. Logan Sargent, P2, we did a fantastic drive to get him up there. I didn't think we'd have that much pace at this Grand Prix, but my God, did we use it to good effect. Unbelievable stuff, and I will 100% take that. Wow. I mean, I'm lost for words, genuinely. What a race from us. Leclerc with a very important podium. Norris with a great 4th place in their battles against respective drivers and constructors. Ferrari trying to keep ahead of Mercedes and doing a good job this weekend. McLaren doing well to catch up to Aston Martin, but with Piastri again, who will be very disappointed actually in P12 considering the extremely fast pace of that McLaren car. Haas brought updates to this weekend, and they're still slow. Bottas down in last place because, well, he had car problems the entire race. That's why. And Albon, we absolutely trounced him. So what a result for young Logan. And if that's what we can do in a Williams, well, let's see how we do as we head to Mexico. But before we vamos and arriba our way over to Mexico City, let's have a quick look at the Drivers' Championship standings. Max Verstappen, of course, his lead insurmountable. After his championship glory, he now leads by 152 points. What an absolutely invincible season for the Dutch driver. But it's below him where things get zesty, and properly zesty at that. Perez and Leclerc, the gap between them now only 5 points. Sainz and Russell, well, Sainz has overtaken George Russell. The gap now 5 points, and the Ferrari driver looking to increase that. Hamilton catches up to his teammate a little bit, but it's Alonso who's going to have to be wary of Norris behind him. After some rather lackluster results for the Aston Martin team, McLaren are on the march. But the big winner, big winner, Logan Sargent, propels himself from the bottom of the standings to 16th. With a 2nd place result, it means Tsunoda is demoted to last place, plumb last in 21st. It means AlphaTauri take up the last 3 spots in the Drivers' Championship. That is not something they'd want to hear. In the Constructors, it's something they're not going to want to hear again. They're last by quite a long way, because Williams, with their result, now on 52 points. 2 podiums to their name this season. That is the 5th most of any constructor on the grid. It's just a shame for them that they can't score very consistently. But they are right in the mix against Haas and Alfa Romeo. So should things go their way and they get points, they could be well in the hunt for a nice, enticing spot at the end of the season. Red Bull, I mean, they've probably wrapped it up at this point, let's be honest. I haven't done the calculations. Come next episode, I will have done them, and I'll be able to confirm to you that they are inevitably Constructors' champions once again. I mean, with statistics like those, you're not very surprised. Elsewhere, looking down though, Ferrari and Mercedes, the gap now is pretty large. There is quite the chasm. Mercedes have a lot of work to do if they're to beat the prancing horse. And Aston Martin, well, their battle against McLaren hots up even more. Just 28 points between them. Who will make the most of the racing at Mexico City? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Thank you very much for watching round number 19 of the F1 23 Last to First Championship. What a series this has been, and what a way it's rocketed along, my goodness. Well, it's because I just like making it, to be honest with you, but wow, what a journey it's been, what a journey it continues to be, and with only 4 races to go, well, who knows what fairy tales can be written. If you did enjoy, leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Still a large amount of you haven't subscribed, and I'm cross. But if you subscribe, I will be very pleased. Will Max Verstappen win in Mexico? Yes. But that's for you to find out. You never know. Until then, though, I once again thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. And until next time, I'll see you soon.